Okay, good evening, Jai Hind, everyone. Amruta, what's going on?
Sir, now on 4th September, my NDA exam is there.
Okay, so are you prepared?
Yes, sir, but little bit nervousness.
Don't worry, just have faith that you are prepared and give confident reactions to your objective tests. Confidence is very key factor, okay? When you appear in such
Yes, sir.
exams, if you don't believe in yourself, you will be confused, and the things which you know, maybe even those will be sounding little difficult. We will see another couple of minutes if because of this written exam. Let's see how many of you join. Nikita, what is happening?
Nothing, sir. Just doing my IT course, and I just said yes to Kunal, sir, for that
Okay,
English classes.
okay. Good. Aim is to have continuity of some kind of communication skills. While teaching, you will get a lot of learnings, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So that is why I recommended.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lakhan.
Yes, sir. My name is Lakhan Sharma, sir.
Oh,
Havaldar Lakhan Sharma. I'm from
okay.
Army.
Good. You are now located where?
Sir, I'm posted with RT Force
Okay.
in Nashik region.
Okay. When is your SSB?
Sir, my SSB is likely to come in the month of November.
Okay. Enough time is there. And so far, what is the experience? Whether it is screening out or conference out? How many times?
Sir, I'm two times conference house.
Okay. That should be an experience which is to be counted. Okay. We will discuss in detail one to one. What was your
Yes,
experience and what were the learnings? And we will find out where is exactly the shortcomings. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Renuka, how are you?
Hi, sir. I am good. How are you, sir?
Fine. You are having some SSB in near future?
Sir, the dates have not been released yet. So,
Okay. But you are expecting one SSB?
yes, I'm expecting two, sir.
Two.
Mostly it will be, I think, around now, November to December period.
Okay. Good. Just be in touch. As such, you are working, so communication and all those things must be a routine thing. But be deliberate when you are operating in day-to-day life. Just feel that you are actually practicing for your forthcoming attempt. Every one of you must have that kind of attitude. Whatever activities you are doing, you must be feeling that I'm practicing my communication style, confidence. How do you really react to people? All those things are important. Okay.
Yes.
Rohit, Rohit, when are you
Yes,
having
sir.
SSB?
25th,
Okay.
25th September.
Okay. Yesterday we had a short session. In that, I hope you got some idea and how to go about it. Hmm? We'll have a couple of sessions to address a few aspects of SSB, if not all. Okay, Rohit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Amruta,
Yes, sir.
uh, what about maths? You are ready for your maths day after?
Yes, sir. I am ready. I solved more questions of maths. And
Okay.
also, I am ready for GAT.
Okay. Good. Maths I am specifically asking because maths is a Waterloo for many students. Generally, people don't take depth knowledge in this, and it is a qualifying paper plus it has got merit related direct value, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So today we will be doing one PPDT practice. PPDT you must have seen, solved, and those who are experienced about how to handle PPDT, it is always a value addition. Each practice should add some more value to your knowledge and performance. It should give some more introspection value, that how you are actually narrating, how you are observing. Three words are important: observation, perception, and then imagination. Yesterday I elaborated on it. First is your observation, what all you could observe, and then perceive a challenge, perceive a demanding situation, perceive a problematic situation, and then imagine a story around it. These three steps: go systematic, go fresh, no preconceived ideas or cluttered mind. If you can achieve this kind of state of mind, you are likely to be very, very natural in your performance. I will repeat for a couple of minutes. What should be your approach on screening day? OIR, no question that you will be unprepared or some sort of thing. No, you will not compromise on that aspect. You must practice OIR even if you have passed last time. If someone is repeater, you go next time again with similar kind of hard work as far as OIR goes, because speed is key thing. If you are not in touch, you will lose on speed. It is not about answering. Maybe you will be able to answer. The level is very ordinary, not very difficult one, but the speed is key. You should be able to solve all of them. You should be able to score very high, almost out of in OIR, verbal and non-verbal test. Then comes picture story writing. You should be very clear steps. You are writing the in the box. You are depicting characters. You should be very clear. Three parameters. You have your own style. You encircle the lead character. Then you write title of the story. Three parameters. I will repeat. You write gender, you write perceived age, you write perceived mood, and it is your perception. Be confident about it. Only thing, during observation, you should be very, very focused. Look that picture from all corners, from all angles, understand the background, understand the characters, their dress code, outdoor, indoor situation. Is there any hint in background? Their apparent body posture, all those things will be helpful for you in building up the story, building up the problem. And then more than that, during the group discussion stage, it will be more helpful. You will talk sense rather than talking in air. You will talk sense if you take the help of observation points. If you talk with reference to some kind of dress, some kind of action, some kind of background thing, some peculiar things which nobody has talked and you're talking on it, and you're substantiating your point, that is very important. Okay. And then narration, narration, you should have a very, very smooth run. Moment you are finished with your writing, you will be taken for that group forming and you will be made to sit in a group. So you should be confident what number you speak should not be affecting your performance. Whether you speak first, whether you speak in middle, whether you speak last, stick to your own story. Don't get deflected, don't get nervous by hearing other stories. Till the time narration phase is there, just believe that your story is the best. When you are hearing other stories, note down their themes, chest number wise. If you can correlate, it will be handy. It will make better impression as far as group discussion goes. When you refer someone's chest number and point, that will be a good thing. But till the time narration phase is not over, just listen other stories and give your best story. Narration, again repeating, should not cross a limit more than 1 minute. Your narration should be finishing below 1 minute, so that there is no chance to the assessors to say, okay, understood, next, this should not happen, this scenario should not come. Just be very, very cautious on that. And when it will happen, when you are smooth, you are confident, not getting stuck, and you are very, very clear with your story without getting mixed up or getting confused while narrating. So it will be short and sweet, less than 1 minute. You should be reasonably loud so that the assessors are also able to hear. But the group is large one. Maybe your voice is little pressed because of nervousness, because of anxiety, or maybe during that phase since morning you are not spoken to anyone, and there is a gap and your voice is not opening up. So that situation should not come up. You should be confident that you will be able to speak which is audible to others, clear to others. And when you are narrating, look into the eyes of group members. Be conscious about it. Look into the eyes of group member, and when the other group members are narrating, look into the person's eye who is speaking. Follow these basics. Assessors are watching your behavior, your body postures when you are speaking and when you are hearing. Both scenarios are important. Don't take any chance. Be sincere in this thing. When it comes to group discussion stage, house is open. You should forget about your own story. If it is not up to the mark, pick up the common story where majority of the students and candidates are hooking on, and support that theme. Make more observation in support of that, and don't get bothered whose story is getting selected or whose story is getting highlighted. In group discussion stage, it is an independent part of that exam. You should not be nervous if your theme is out of context. You should not be overwhelmed when your own theme is getting figured in, because there may be a chance a person's theme was perfectly fine for group stage, that original person may not get selected. There may be a chance when your story is not getting mentioned, or even the it is totally tangent, not at all figuring into the overall scheme. And still, during the group discussion, by your performance, and especially your narration performance which was independent, you still can get recommended. Just be very, very clear on these aspects. These are all independent things. Okay, so we will, with this, we'll go for practice. uh, there are some constraints, we will follow some norms. Any doubt so far, then I will set up the sequence. Those who are participating, we will give them number. One by one narration will happen. You should be confident during your narration. And today hopefully there should not be any technical issue. I will upload it. And group discussion, we will have constraints, so we will have again a sequence, because there it will be open forum, anybody can speak, jump in. There are people who may not get chance here. Because of this virtual platform, our aim is to make you speak more, to make you mention as many observations related things that will be relevant and for your own confidence building up. So we will make sequence. Some of the students know how it is exactly conducted. I will repeat it. But before that, any question from anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. If I'm not wrong, everyone wants to participate. Is there anyone who just want to hear and witness?
Me, sir.
Okay, Omkar, you don't want to participate? Omkar,
Sir, yes, sir.
You are participating, not participating.
Sir, I'm not participating
What happened?
today. I just
Okay,
not
no issue.
prepared.
No issue. Anyone else?
Yes.
Okay, Jay. Jay, you are ready for your NDA written? Okay, there must be sound problem. Okay. Okay, Jay. So rest all I count that you are practicing. Don't get bothered about your performance. Don't worry. So just be very, very natural. Hmm? Sequence is, I will just note down sequence. Ganesh,
Yes, sir.
okay, all well?
Yes, sir. All good, sir.
Okay. So you are participating?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as my screen goes, I will go whatever names are appearing in that order. I will take first as Ganesh, second as Karthik. Karthik, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Lakhanji, you will be participating?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm participating, sir.
Okay, I will take you as third. Fourth is Nikita. Fifth is Renuka. Sixth, Rohit. Seventh is Saurabh. Saurabh, you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sudarshan will be ready?
Yes.
Okay. Eighth is Sudarshan. So I take it as eight. Vijay, will you be participating?
Sir, I will just tell a story.
Okay. Try and speak in group discussion stage also, because here you will be getting chance. As such, we will be following sequence. Random speaking cannot be allowed on this because then it will be difficult to control. I will just explain scheme of thing. We will go by chest number 1 till 9th, narration phase. Your point should be at your turn you are speaking your narration. There may be a connectivity issue or what. So next speaker can immediately come in if someone's link is down. So narration is smooth 1 till 9th. Moment the ninth speaker finishes narration, just because virtual constraints, we will again follow the same sequence for group discussion. So what will happen? Just number one, that is Ganesh, will open up group discussion. My recommendation is every time you participate, don't speak for more than 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds should be your coming in. Assume that you are in a group, you will not be allowed to speak or make a point for more than 15 seconds, 20 seconds at a stretch. So practice that way. So after Ganesh, second is Karthik. So Karthik can intervene, can disturb the previous speaker. That means when one is speaking, two can, if it is getting too much lengthy, two can come in. When two is speaking, three can come in. Three is speaking, four can come in. So similarly, so after finishing first round, the speakers have to understand that what all points are covered at group discussion stage. I am saying, okay, when the first speaker has spoken, he has got advantage that he is the opener, so his point will be new point. Another responsibility for opener is he can sum up about what all themes have come up. Ganesh can give chest numbers, all those things, others also can do that. But when first round is happening, just focus what all points are spoken so far when you are later in series. By the time first round of group discussion finishes with ninth, now all nine have spoken something. We will have second round of group discussion. Then the chest number one will have some background, what where the group is moving. And that moving should be understood. That understanding is very important. because in group discussion stage, you are supposed to contribute for group theme, group common story, and two words throughout SSB are very important. One is, are you a constructive member? That means contributing positively everywhere, whether it is PGT, whether it is command task, whether it is individual obstacle, whether it is group discussion, whether it is interview, everywhere you should sound like a person who always adds value, constructive member. You are not a distractive member or a person who obstructs thing or a person who halts thing or a person who actually pulls down the thing. This is to be understood, and which is easily um, which can be easily felt actually in your routine life. Are you a really constructive fellow around your surrounding? And the next word is assertive. And assertiveness doesn't mean forceful. It is means a limited aggression where the confidence is supporting, logic is supporting, reasoning is supporting, and that's why you are pushing your points, or that's why you are sounding convincing. This assertive and constructive personality is the summary of SSB's requirement. When yesterday we talked more on 15 officer like qualities, these two words are the summary of your entire requirement of a personality. So you must understand that wherever you are behaving in SSB, whether it is on a screening day or during the conference day, that is last day, your personality should be standing true on OLQs. And in nutshell, are you a constructive and assertive fellow? This should you just introspect what are these two words? How do you stand true on these two words? And keep feeling about it wherever you are having a schedule, whether you are some of you are part-time job um, players, you can correlate these things. Some of you are students, so you can evaluate. Ayush Deshmukh.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
my voice is breaking for others.
No, sir. No, sir. Voice is clear.
Okay, Renuka, you can just check your maybe connection, or you can just shift here and there. Okay, Ayush, you want to
Yes, sir, I'm looking
participate?
into it.
Participating, sir.
Okay, so I will
Sir,
put you at
Omkar here. I am also participating.
okay. So I will put two numbers more. 10 number is Ayush and 11 number is Omkar. So now the numbers I will repeat again. First round is narration. Just try and hear everyone patiently. One
Yes, sir.
number Ganesh, second is Karthik, third is Lakhan, fourth is Nikita, fifth is Renuka, sixth is Rohit, seventh is Saurabh, eighth is Sudarshan, ninth Vijay, 10th is Ayush, and 11th is Omkar. So after narration, that is of Omkar 11th, Ganesh will start for first round of group discussion, same sequence to be followed, and two rounds we will have group discussion. It is not a perfect group discussion, but you can at least practice about contributing for common theme, countering some points, observation based, supporting some points, again observation based, and try and understand how observation can vary person to person. Okay, ready everyone? Especially Ganesh to open up.
Yes, sir.
I will not intervene unless it is warranted. If someone's connection is down, don't worry, try and reconnect again and join wherever possible. And the group members can have a just common sense check. If someone is not speaking, you can prompt, or the next one can take on. Okay, we will start. I will just mute myself. I will be listening. Even I may get disconnected, I will rejoin. You just continue. Okay. Okay, Ganesh, you can start.
From the picture, I have perceived two characters. One male of age 30 years in positive mood, second female of age 12 years in negative mood. The action of my story is Ashok helping his daughter. Ashok works in an MNC and on weekends he used to take his daughter to the nearby park. One day his daughter Ria fell down while playing and she started crying. Seeing this, Ashok consolidated her and told her that these things usually happen when children play or run. Ashok bought an ice cream for his daughter and Ria got joyful. They both happily went back to home. After coming to home, Ashok dressed the wound properly and the pain was gone. Thus, Ria felt very happy.
In the
Karthik,
given
it's
picture, I have perceived two characters, one male. In the given picture, I have perceived two characters, one male aged 30 to 40 in positive mood and one female aged 5 to 12 in negative mood. The action of my story is Swayam helping the child to uh, overcome her hurted leg. Swayam is a man who works as a freelancer who visits park regularly. One fine morning, he saw a girl which was between age to 5 was fallen and she hurt herself. So Swayam came near the girl and tried to calm her. He tried to listen her. He asked the girl the reason why she was crying. The girl replied, wiping her tears, that she was hurt on the leg. Swayam immediately took the girl to a local clinic and gave her a first aid and asked the girl for her address. The girl took Swayam to her home and this way Swayam helped the girl to reach her home and get a first aid immediately.
Good evening, friends. Today I have seen two characters in the picture given to us. One is male and other one is female. The age of female character is around 5 years, and the male character age of around 25 years. My action of the story is my my story action is to saving the girls from heat stroke. My story goes like this. Vikrant was working in a multinational company. He was very fond of visiting new places. One Sunday, when he made a plan to go to a tourist place with his friends. After going there, he enjoyed a lot. But he suddenly looked at a small girl fallen on the ground because of the heat stroke. He went there, gave the first aid and a little bit bottle of water from his bottle and went to the nearby doctor. And he also went to the authority and ensured that everyone is having a, some shadow so that the heat stroke can be reduced. Even he also made a plan with his friend to establish a tent over there so that the people are coming from the outside, they will not be a victim of logistics. After enjoying his picnic, he come back to his company and continues working for the development. Thank you.
good evening, everyone. From picture, I pursue two characters: male 30 positive, female 5 negative. Scene of action is Arun has taken his daughter on a walk in the park. Arun was a teacher in SBO school in Pune. On holiday in evening, he took his daughter Avni in the park for a walk. While walking hurriedly, Avni fell down. Arun immediately got her up and dusted her knees and dress. As she started crying, he consoled her by saying that you are a strong girl and nothing has happened. After that, he took her on the slides and julas in the park and made her play with the other kids. After some time, while coming back home, he did necessary household purchase and bought balloon for the Avni. Once he reached home, he relaxed for some time and later he helped Avni in her homework. Thank you.
In my story, I've perceived two characters, one male, age 30, mood neutral, one female, age group 6 to 8, and mood negative. In my story's action is a man helping out a missing girl. Aman is an employee working for MNC in Pune, and on a Saturday weekend, he thought of going to a nearby tourist location to enjoy its weekend. On the way to that location, he finds a girl near a turning, crying out loud near a footpath. He goes to her and asks her what is the reason of her crying, and tries to calm her down. He tries to ask about how she went missing, and tries to ask if she recalls any kind of phone number, name, or address of herself, and the last location maybe she thought she was with her parents. He immediately calls for police and tells them to come to the location, so that if the parents comes looking back for the daughter, they will find it here. With the help of police, the child line, and the neighbors nearby, he tries to find the parents of the missing girl. Tracks her down her parents, and the parents then thanks him for helping coming out of the way, and he then moves ahead for enjoying his rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Saurabh.
Hello, sorry. Good morning, gentlemen. The picture shows I have pursued two characters. One is a male with 20 to 35 age with positive mood, and second is a female, which is age 5 to 10 age with negative mood. My action, the action of my story is a quick response of person saves parents were for Richa. Once day, Suresh was walking near the parkside area at the evening timing and suddenly sees his neighbor's daughter Richa was crying there on the road. He came to across near the Richa and asking for the reason. Then Richa said my parents was collapsed on the floor after getting shocked by geyser. Then Suresh immediately go to Richard's home, and on the way he called the ambulance. And Suresh was reached at Richard's home and admitted the Richard's parent at the hospital and hospital safely. Thank you.
Good evening. Picture shown to us. I have a silver of character. First is age 30 year old positive moods. Second is girls age is 10 years and negative moods. So Vikrant was 30-year-old. My course of action story was is enjoying a holidays with his children. So Vikrant was 30-year-old. He was bank manager in Pune. While he is weekly off on Sunday, he went to the garden with his family. When he play with outdoor activity with his daughter from slam, his daughter fall down by a slam. He immediately catch to her and went to the garden booking office and gave to some first ad, and then she ensured she fine. Then he borrow some ice cream and snacks food, and they enjoy the remaining holidays. Thank you.
Vijay, it's your turn.
Yes, in I have pursued two characters. First one is male and second one is female. Male character is 30 to 35 age and female character is 10 to 15 age. One day, Tina and her father was going to market for buying a vegetable, and out of society, she was watch a few chocolates stall, and she was stubborn for chocolates and start to crying. Her father was shouted and said chocolates were not good for your health as well as your teeth. They were explaining her disadvantage of chocolates, and Tina also understand. And in a few minutes, she was stopped to crying. Thank you.
And as per the perceived image, there are two characters. One is male and another is female. The male character age is 35 and the female character is 14-year-old. The in the and Ganesh, father and daughters are walking in garden. Sita see an ice cream stall and asking his father to get the ice cream for me. But the Sita is some cold and fever. The father told him to not eat ice cream, and do not eat ice cream. You eat it is bad for your health. Then his father carries some food for her, give to her that he eat happily, and then they will go to home happily. Thank you.
Gentlemen, I am of the view that the picture has a background of a park, and we can pursue the theme as the main character as a father, and his daughter is there, and something has happened, and the father is consolidating his daughter.
Gentlemen, as we have listened the story on the basis of a father and a daughter. So at least we come together to come on the common story. Let's take it as a father and the daughter.
Nikita.
I agree with the case number.
I think during narration, two prominent themes were first father and daughter relation, and second was the one person and the unknown child who got missing. The one point which I would like to mention here, that if we saw the picture carefully, there in the background, as Mani mentioned, that it was a tourist place. As Renuka mentioned, it was a tourist place. So at the background there was no crowd. In tourist place usually there is a crowd. So in background there was no crowd, no vehicle, so we can consider that place as a residential place. And usually in residential place there park are used to be usually used to be there. So we can consider the relation to be father and daughter, and they were going for a walk on the park. And usually kids walk hurriedly, and as the age most of us has assumed 5 to in between 5 to 7. So in that age child don't usually walk properly, so they might fall. So we can consider that she fell, and that because of that she was crying, and then father consoled her by saying that you're a strong girl and nothing has happened. So I think we should go with this theme.
Yes, Nikita,
As
the theme is
mentioned by
okay,
just
but
number
I
four.
would like to add. Yes, Nikita, the theme is okay, but I would like to mention here that in the background it is looking like some grasses, like there is a picnic area. You mentioned that there is no crowd, but at least we can see that in the afternoon we will see that there is less crowd there. But most of the time in the evening there might be crowd, but in afternoon you will see in the his maybe in the his timing there will be less crowd. In that case, a person, we can also mention it is in the relationship of the father and daughter, but we can also take it as it's a professional or a expert who went there to in order to visit the new places, and they found a girl who was sorting from because of the heat and also fall down on the. We can also take it like that.
Yes, I agree with the test number one. He says park is looks like a park, and there is no any the body language of person says there is no any relation between daughter and father. The casual wear of father person says he is sudden just walking at the time of evening in the park because it's look like park, and he suddenly see the crying girl, and his body language person body language says he unknown about it, and he asking about reason of crying, and then he said about crying reason, and he take action about on this crying person. Okay, thank you.
I request everyone to please go according to their chest numbers. I've mentioned it in the chat. And yes, coming back to the story discussion, as mentioned by test number 4, I want to mention that in my story, I didn't consider it as a tourist location. I considered on way to the tourist location. So I mentioned it as a turning in near the housing area where he found the girl crying. And as per my point of view for the story, it is agreeing with test number 7 as highlighted. The person that the main 30-year-old person is mostly looking like he's unknown to the girl, and he's helping out in her some situation, as most of the people has considered the story that where maybe the girl would have got wounded and the person is helping her, but I'm not on the part that the person should be related to the girl. So as per the story, we can consider it as an unknown person helping a girl to face or to solve any kind of issue that she is facing. Thank you.
Sudarshan.
Okay. First, I'm agree with just number first, which tell a story, because we can see. I feel the background of the story is like as a garden. As can we can see as from the left side of corner there was it directly is slam, and right side of the picture corner is tree. So we can assume that there was a garden scenario. And my main hero is father. Relation between those both are his father and daughter. Age is 30 and girl's age is 10. Because gentlemen, the over of the dress in the picture, like as a man, so we can consider it as per as their age is 30. And yes, in my story the hero is father and relation, and something something is happen in the story. That's why girl has been crying. Girl has been cry, so that's why the father has been convey him, console her. And yes, they were spend holidays. Thank you.
Vijay, Vijay is there.
Sorry, friends, I'm not participating group discussion.
Okay. Next. Ayush is there.
Gentlemen, as are all of us are rotating our stories in the basic point that man is helping a little guy, a little child. So what I want to add there, gentlemen, let us pursue that the man as a professional worker, whereas the child as an orphan. He let us consider that man as a helping to a child as he is orphan. So we will construct a story in a such a way that we can show that a girl is sitting in a park, as we know that the picture is showing a park. We can say that a girl is sitting in a park, and a Raju, who is a professional businessman, who is returning from his work. Suddenly he saw a girl who was sitting alone on a bench, and pointing out that he went to that girl, asked about the problem. She said that she was not having a mother and father. So what we can add there, we can add that as the hero of our story means Raju was very kind. So what he did, he adopted that girl with a proper legal process. And after that he we can say that after that he helped that girl to nourish and continue his journey of life.
Okay, friends. As per the communication of all the group members, there is a must scenario is garden, father and daughter. But I have a slightly different opinion. The father carrying something in her hand. So the daughter is crying for such a things that is not good for her health. So father is giving something to her daughter to make him happy, to make her happy, uh, happy and enjoy the scenario of garden and such all the things. So by this way we can conclude our story. Thank you.
Gentlemen, as we all
Next
agreed on the
one
theme that
can.
it is a scenario of a park, and there is a father and his daughter. So we can add actions to it as they have come to the park for walking, and the daughter has fell down, and the father has consolidated her by giving her something, or as mentioned by chess number 4, that the father has told his daughter that she is a strong child. And then we can add the action that they both went back to home. The father has treated the wound, and we can add the emotion that at last they all felt, both the father and the daughter felt happy.
I think most of us has concluded the theme part. That is, the girl has fallen, and the other person is consoling and giving first aid, something like that. Just one thing which I would like to mention, that just number 5 and 6 has mentioned that they are not finding any relation between the male person and the female person because of their body language. So in the picture, the body language which was seen, that was very casual, and this casual we can only see when there is a relation, as like that person is used to that behavior of that child. If that person would have been the unknown person, definitely he would have sit on his knees or something, and would have come to the level, to the child's height, and would have asked her that what is happening and something like that. But I think body language is speaking in favor of relation, that is father and daughter. So I think most of us has also agreed with it, so we should go with father and daughter with age 30 and age 5. Theme would be they were going in the park, and she fell down, and he consoled her by saying that she is a strong child. And as they were going into the park, they went there, then he made her played slides and julas with the other kids. And up while coming back, definitely, as he must be a husband, so he had some responsibilities at household, so we can add a point that he did the necessary purchase from the market and then went home. That's it.
As
Yes,
everyone in this
Nikita, you are okay, but we can also one point
okay,
here
that
from my side. Yes, Nikita, you are okay, but one point from my side, we can also mention here that page number 6 and 7 are saying that according to their body language, it is not a relationship of father and his daughter. We can also include that point that one of the page number 8 also mentions here that he is a professionalism. He also came here in order to visit the greenery because in the background a greenery ground is there. So then we can say that a girl uh, who came in the park with his parents and lost her way. So that she was trying to meet with her parents as soon as possible. One person who was came here in order to visit was found a girl was shouting for the help. He went there and gave him some condolence so that he also went to the authority so that he also make an announcement there in order to call her parents and hand over to her parents. She was feeling happy, and her parents also gave him bright thanks so that such problem will not be occurred again. Thank you.
comprising everyone's point in here, I think that we can make both situations possible for the story. As chess number 1 and 4 has suggested that it's a situation like a girl is getting wounded in a park, and a person. Now, I'm agreeing with chess number 3 as well, because I am not finding the person as related to the girl. So we can say that a person has visited a park as the girl, and he found that she got wounded and she started crying. He tries to find the parents nearby but didn't find. So he give her first aid, calms her down, and look for her parents nearby in the park. Get her to her parents, and then goes on whatever he was doing. I guess this comprises both the aspects of the story and can make a good story overall.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree with the test number one. He said no relation is.
Okay, Saurav,
Yes, 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 sir. Continue.
you can be the last speaker. Just make your point.
Yes, thank you, sir. I agree with the test number one. He says no relation between girls and person. And different opinion about test number 10. He just said that a person returned from job and adapt the orphan. My opinion is according to the person's wearing. This is casual. It's generally not wearing at the job or either else. It's generally wearing at the time of walking, evening walking or morning walking. And the orphan children are not look like that child like see we seen in picture. He's very well get up in well dressed. Orphan children are not like this. We casually we see. So thank you.
Okay. Uh, Narration phase, I will cover first. Reasonably satisfactory participation by all. Narration phase, if you see, requirement is smooth conduct and confident narration. So on those parameters, I will be commenting. Okay, and then I will get that picture also. Just a moment.
Sir, I have a question.
We will take question related to your own group discussions or what?
About sir mood. What is mood?
Okay.
We can only write two moods, positive or negative or other else.
Neutral. You can write neutral also if you are not sure which way is the mood. Okay.
Okay.
Now we will go for just a moment. Picture I will get subsequently. First, let me cover or comment few things. Ganesh narration was good. Uh, Prompt, reasonable time. You were confident. Karthik, you can cut down on narration length. It can be further smooth. In between, it was coming with minor pauses, which can be avoided. It will come with practice. Don't worry. But the length was on a higher side. It was more than 1 minute. Lakhan, confidence is there, though network was poor for me. So voice was sounding little low. It may be because of network. You can deliver much better. Length was little high. The narration length. It can be cut down. Nikita, good. Narration length was also appropriate. Confident narration. Renuka, confident narration. Saurav, you can improve upon or bring that extra confidence by deliberate means. Be deliberate upon it. Okay, you have got lesser practice or you probably have less exposure to SSB scenario, but you are getting the hang of it how some of the seasoned candidates are speaking, and you can also cope up with that with whatever extra confidence you can bring. Sudarshan, again, little bit more confidence. See, confidence is not a issue. Uh, you are getting problem with other things. Maybe appropriate flow of English, some words, pronunciation. Otherwise, confidence you have enough. But then it comes with other issues, and that is the problem, which I have explained maybe last time, maybe discussed in detail, similar thing, but improvement is there. Vijay, average, Ayush, you can do much better, good confidence. Omkar, mm, probably half-hearted effort. It could have been much better.
Yes, yes,
Now
sir.
coming to content, minor comment I will make. Content-wise, most of you had father and daughter. Couple of you had unknown relationship. That aspect I will bring. A good point I will highlight about Renuka tried little extra about planning and organizing. A little bit logical she wanted to be in her narration. Got some points tracing back a girl or finding some hints. That was a good point. Saurabh, average age bracket cannot be too much, 5 to 10 or something like that. You can avoid. See, perceived age can be 5 to 6, 5, 7, something like that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now coming to couple of points during group discussion. Maybe most of you were stuck at father and daughter, except two strong views from chest number 6. That is Saurabh. He was 7 actually, but Rohit was not there. So Saurabh and Renuka. Unknown relationship. They were trying to support it. And that was something interesting. Then Nikita was trying to justify with some casual kind of body language. See, nobody is perfect, nobody is correct, nobody is wrong. Your logics are more important. How convincing you are. I will now pick up one example. What Nikita was highlighting about casual body language. Now it is perception. She was highlighting a casual body language will happen with known relations. But similar logic can be used by some other person for unknown relations, like mentioning about getting onto the knees. Unknown people, she was saying that, Nikita, I'm right? Getting onto the knees and casual, all those logics you were giving for father and daughter, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
But same logics can be equally applied by someone for unknown relations. Father easily will bend down, pick up into the lap or something like that, own daughter. So it is all perception. I'm just highlighting, nothing wrong in it. But now coming to the picture, I will bring the picture and we will discuss more on it. Uh, Participation during the group discussion, Lakhan was good participation, Nikita, Renuka, Ganesh, with more points. I'm saying everybody in sequence participated, but sounding okay type. Okay. Ayush had come reasonably well in the one instance. There was some confusion about participation. I will grant that much leeway that some of you are not familiar with the forum. So there was some confusion which might have caused disturbance in your performances. Now I will just share picture. Let me speak about the picture. Okay, this was the picture. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is looking very nice.
Depends upon network now. But if you are not able to see, you can see from that link PPDT 8. That picture you can see. Now background, yes, some of you highlighted background is park or garden or some kind of thing, isn't it? Some of you are trying to highlight. If you see, it is a footpath. There is a curve. Road is curved. There is some residential areas. Some of you tried to highlight that also. Footpath, yes, there was mentioned by someone. A footpath. There is a pole. There is a tree on right. That means a little open space, well laid out road, and having a footpath. Now coming to the characters. If you see the male character is in probably 28-30 age bracket, good built, a person who is now with a girl, small child. Child is weeping and the crying is quite intense. There is some problem with this girl. Definitely, I think girl identification should not have been a problem. Gender is not a problem. Both the genders are easily identifiable. But now the guidelines, when we say PPDT, how the story should go, it is about three aspects. What is the scenario? What led to this scenario? And what was the immediate outcome of this scenario? Now, when I say scenario, is exact present position. Now, present position, we are told that you speak like a leader, you behave like a leader, you solve a challenging situation through your stories, and then only your OLQs will be better highlighted. So, now what is the challenge in this scenario? There was little stretched problem imagination, if I'm not wrong. Ayush was saying, I think, uh, adoption. Till the extent of adoption, he has gone. Adopting a child. That means child was maybe a lost child or a homeless child, whatever. That was little extra stretched, but I will not say it is wrong. Problem intensity. To what extent you can go? The girl is definitely in problem. Relationship, we will talk little later. But the first start point is what is the problem in this picture? The apparent problem in this picture is a girl is crying. Now, what could be the reason? Whether it's she has fallen down, whether she is asking for ice cream, or whether there is some very, very silly issue. Now, it is up to you how you perceive and give a reasonable level of intensity to the problem. Comes next is what can be the relation between two characters. Now, here, if you look at the male, really, if you want to make him as a father of this girl, then have some convincing points. Left hand of this male is patting on or consoling the girl's back, trying to explain. If you see right hand, he's making point or explaining something. Don't worry, you are a brave child or brave girl. You are my sweetheart. You are the bravest pari, whatever. If you are making that male as a father. But really, if he is not sounding like a father because he is too formal in approach, he is standing little formally, not even bending, keeping a distance actually, just extending the arm. This should be your observations, and then can be the build up of relationship. Major point is what made this girl cry. Whether she is lost, that can be one reason. Whether she is daughter and there is some issue fallen down, that can be one. Then there was a story about what was that? Saurabh, there is some problem at home and the girl has come on road for seeking help. Gives her shock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, hypothetically, yes, a girl can run away from the house and ask people come and help, but it should be within the scope of the picture. The house must be then next just 10-20 meters away, which cannot be denied actually, but you have to be giving enough reasons to support your ground. Come up with points. The house is not visible in picture, you can say in your group discussion the house is just 20 meters away, she just came out crying on the road and found one person and conveyed the message. I'm just picking up that story, but then we will never say which story is correct and which story is not up to the mark. Your mind should always be thinking about logical problem identification. So make it a reasonable level of intensity of a problem where a girl needs help, whether daughter or unknown relation. She is intensely crying. She apparently doesn't seem injured because only upper portion, body portion is visible. So knee, if it is hurt, you can use those logics. We are not able to see the legs, but her legs must be injured. So use every possible observation in your discussions, whatever story you are building. Okay. Now with fresh watching at this picture, observing this picture, thinking, imagining, perceiving. Now if there is any fresh points from anyone.
Sir,
Yes.
how can we make the central character as a stranger, sir? It is not possible, sir. Like if even if we are explaining that the central character is a stranger, so it wouldn't sound good, sir.
Why? What
So,
makes you feel so?
so because like if we have to make the central character of high virtue, sir. So how can we describe him as a stranger, sir? And also we have to give some past about the story, sir, or something about the central character.
In fact, it
So
is
how
other
can
way
we
around.
give these points about stranger, sir?
Ganesh, it is the other way around. A person who can help to a stranger is of high value actually, high virtues. Taking care of daughter is a very very simple phenomena. Perception can be either way. This is the outside scenario on a road, on a footpath. There is open ground, little bit garden type of scenario, residential zone, and girl is on a road. She can be with his her father, or she can be stranger. It is open. Don't worry. Don't get fixed on certain ideas. It is up to you how you want to perceive. Okay.
Yes, sir, got it.
Any other points?
Yes, so
Yes.
so in my story, I considered the person as a stranger and he's helping the girl. Though at a point of time in the discussion, I also thought maybe like if it is a stranger, he's a male, and the girl that is very small and she's a female. So it is mostly advised or like it's a kind of manners that he shouldn't touch her. So that point came to my mind, like changing my opinion from stranger to a father. But later on, I also got a point that maybe for consoling just her because she was crying out loud, so maybe he can just pat on her back for that and maybe calm her down. So, like, is it like a okay approach to think so?
It is okay approach. See, nowadays world has become so sensitive for small things. Earlier it was not like that. So even a stranger or a small baby, just 5 to 6 year old baby, with compassion, concern, someone can really show this gesture. There is nothing wrong in it. A fatherly figure, even if it is unknown, definitely can show such behavior. No problem. And it happens actually around us. It really
Yes,
happens.
yes, I thought only in that way only. But when the point came across that how he's like how he's related to that discussion was going on, that he's a father because he is consoling her. So that point just came into my mind, though I didn't consider it. But just I thought maybe someone could have encountered in that portion for that point.
Okay, no issue. Whatever comes to your mind, your endeavor should be, because see, here we are seeing picture for a little longer duration. What happens in actuals, you see only 30 seconds that picture, and I am flashing this picture or making you to see this picture for a prolonged period just to make up a point or to open up your minds that you should have a little intense looking at picture, and have the knack of finding few clues. Every aspect of body language you can utilize for your group discussion stage. See, theme you will build up, but more observations if you have, your theme will be very, very strong, and you will defend it. You can go with any theme, but if you are able to defend in group discussion stage, it will be very, very strong character you are showing. One point I missed, was mentioning, I think Sudarshan was mentioning, no need to say a hero or a lead character. You just be very natural, every one of you. Don't be so cyclosant or stereotype about saying lead character or a hero of the story or something like that. No, you just go with a natural flow. Just describe characters naturally instead of saying, more you show through your actions that suppose Sudhir is doing this, that you are actually taking side of a Sudhir as a lead character, but don't mention it. Okay, Sudarshan? I hope everyone gets this point. You need not be little artificial about pinpointing who is the lead character, hero, or these words are not really sounding natural. Okay?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, according to the background of the picture, it is looking like that a small girl is weeping on the distant route,
Yes.
and
Footpath.
the home is also looking something 20 and 30 meters away from that area. Can we mention that she might be lost her way to go his home
Yes, possible. So lost her
because
home.
she
That
is
is,
in the early, yes, sir. She is in the very early age and will be crying in order to go to her home. And a man was going from his on this way. It is in also the road.
see, naturally
So
what
he
happens.
stopped his,
Naturally, what
yes, sir.
happens, if you see in society or in real life, parents must be around, maybe just they are not in sight of her, and she started crying. And there was a mention in your discussions also that tracing back the parents, they were around only. So, even to that extent, this can be fitting in. But then, when you build up a story where the girl is trying to look for parents, she is lost, you should be very, very systematic in your approach. How that girl was observed by this person, what he was doing, where he was heading. Because, see, generally, what SSB is looking forward, your expression powers. How do you think? Deeper sense. Naming the character, city name, appropriate city suiting to the road structure or a footpath. That means it is not a rural area. So even naming the city, if someone has named, ideally one should name where it is exactly the spot is, or a colony name, something. And then that character going somewhere in between saw this, then sorted out the problem, then went on to his own routine work. So how you start introduction, introducing the character also, mainly the main character, then leading it to the problem zone. How exactly you connect introduction into the problem zone? Suddenly saw a girl uh, in a tense mood, weeping, and not able to easily calm down. She is in totally lost kind of senses. Consoled her, brought her in her senses, gave her confidence that yes, I'm just taking now Lakhanji's particular thing, lost. Yes, possible. But how you introduce your character, get in touch with problem, solve that problem with 2 to 3 lines you will be solving this problem, but what kind of words you are using, how planning and organizing is coming into play, and solving itself gives couple of words which are very important. Okay, what kind of tricks he has used, looked around or shouted, saw anybody who is there inside who is looking for daughter, है ना, वो तो ओपन ही है, वैसे भी दिख जाना चाहिए. So all those things, your imagination power you can bring. Okay, simple picture, only 2 characters,
Yes.
but yes, lot of probabilities are there, isn't it? Okay, Lakhan. Yes, Ayush.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, I hope you got everyone got some fair ideas. Okay, how you should approach your narration practice is important. uh, for narration again I'm re-emphasizing, be confident, have a mental tuning कि मुझे ऐसे बोलना है. At least first 2 lines should be smooth, and फिर अपने आप रिदम बन जाएगा. Look into the eyes of group members जो यहाँ possible नहीं है अभी, and your body language, how you sit on that chair, how comfortable you are, whether your hands are shaking or little nervousness is reflected in your body. See, for example, when you stand for lecturate, you should be having a balanced body weight on both the legs. You should be above your waist. Stand still like a rock above your waist. No shaking of legs. No unnecessary movement of body parts. Similarly, for group discussion or in PPDT, you have certain norms which reflects better body language and confidence. So just watch out those also. Okay. Now you can hear your narration. I will try and upload it. Look for some loopholes because you thought something, how exactly it has come, because you only know what exactly you wanted to speak. And about your own group discussion participation, just just see what exactly you wanted to say and how it has come up. Whether you were short of words or you wanted to give some logic, it could not come properly. So these minor realizations will be a better learning and it will save you in actual performances. Okay. So shall we end here?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
We will end here. By
Yes,
and
sir.
large, good performance. Narration phase was good. Group discussion stage, further level, a little higher level could have been possible, but it's okay. There was some confusion also for few members, so it is okay. Okay, have a good time. Take care. Bye. Jai Hind.
James.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Bye, sir.